Merry Christmas.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 7 of 25 Days of Christmas filled with games. And today, of course, it's a gameplay and review episode. And this will be a requested gameplay and review episode. And this game was requested by Zach Dierickx. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right, your last name. I know that your first name is Zach, but I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. And he requested a game for the NES, and that of course is Bart versus the World. Now, I talked about the game, and it was when I did Bart versus the Space Mutants, because I originally had Bart versus the Space Mutants planned for yesterday, but I ended up switching it because of the gameplay for Captain U, because Captain U unfortunately had more lives than I thought the game was going to have, and I thought the game was a little kind of too easy. I didn't think that the challenge was well balanced, so I switched and did Bart versus the Space Mutants for walkthroughs and challenges instead of a random gameplay, and Captain U got put as a random gameplay instead. But now it's time to get to Bart vs. the World, and I bet it's going to have the same bad controls as Bart vs. Space Mutants. I did not like Bart vs. the Space Mutants when I originally played it as a kid. And I don't think I'm going to like Bart the World either. But the question is, will it be as bad as Bart vs. the Space Mutants? That's the question. Will it be bad or even worse than Bart vs. Space Mutants? Will Bart vs. the World be better than Bart vs. the Space Mutants? Let's find out. Alright, here we go. Gotta turn it up a little, because I don't ever remember playing this game. And that's why I'm doing it for gameplay and review. I still have to do the other one. I'm going to probably do the last game in the NES library. Bartman versus Radioactive Man. I'm going to be doing that. Alright, here we go. Let's do Bart versus the World. See, I don't remember ever playing this game. I might have. We'll see what happens. I bet she's going to have the same bad controls as Bart versus the Space Mutants. Let's practice. Shell game. Practice is this? I thought they'd be practicing the controls and whatever not, but no. They're practicing mini games. Give me a break. Oh, I hate that. Sliding puzzle. Oh, that just sucks. No. The thing... Is there anything that's good? No. No. No and no. It's easy. No, he runs for governor. It's the other one. Oh well. I can at least do trivia questions. That's cool. I know that one. No, it was the capital city. Capitals. Now, I wasn't sure. Sir Puxla. Centerpiece. That was easy. No, I wouldn't have known that one. Okay. Alright, let's start this stick sucker. Let's... Oh, you have to... That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I hate that. You have to press the jump button higher in order to start the game. It's ridiculous. And guess what? Because I knew that I didn't remember this game. I know now that I've never played this game. So this was a good game plan review, Zach. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, the link of his channel, if he has a channel, will be down below in the description box. If not, I'll do his Facebook. It don't really matter. I thought maybe I played this game before, and then, of course, I couldn't remember. So now I know. And knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe! Okay, you can go faster. That's good. Let's probably Eddie. Todd Flanders. Prince, I don't care. Obviously. Preach. See, I don't remember this game. I don't ever remember playing this game. I think I only remember playing Bart vs. Space Mutants, and that was it. The stick. What do I gotta pick? Killed it. Killed the bear. That was easy. Oh, and now I'm not going to be able to play it. Oh, crap. So you can just do these and... Well, you'll still have to do this. This is pretty crappy, and it really is. Alright, it's more controllable than the last game, though. The last game was terrible. At least the controls on here are better. I will say that the controls are better in this one. Thank God. Yeah, I never played this game. Take that. I thought it was going to be actually worse than Bart vs. Space Mutants, but now I'm not so certain. Oh, I got hit. At least you get health. I'm going to say this, at least you get health. Because in Bart vs. Space Mutants, you only got 2 hits. You got hit twice, you were screwed. This looks like you can get up to 5. You have a health bar and whatever not. How do you get up there? That's the question. Can you climb? Oh, you can climb. There's nobody up here. What the f... You get tagged for the bottom and there's no but... And how did he get there? Oh, that just sucks. So that's another problem that I have. Not gonna be able to get that. Oh, it just takes me to the stick. Oh, now I don't get to play it? Forget it then. Controls are better in this game than the last, but the game still kind of sucks. Come on. At least you get more health. Meaning that this is not the worst Bart-related game that I've ever played. What the f... What the f... You fucking asshole. At least I would rather play this than the last Sticking game. Or last Sticking Simpsons game that I played. I would play this if I had a choice. But that's crap. Look at that. And you stop and... This is ridiculous, and you can get hit. Oh, I wasn't doing something right. Excuse me. I will say this. This is better than Bart vs. the Space Mutants. This is better than Bart vs. the Space Mutants. I'd rather play this than Bart vs. Space Mutants, I'll tell you that. Whoa! See, at least the controls are better. The controls are better in this game. They're not as bad as... They're still crap, but they're not, like, as bad. They're not as bad though. Yeah, I haven't done these, and these are sticking minigames. So far, this is better than Bart vs. Space Mutants, I'll tell you that. Well, I'm definitely not... Oh, got it. That was shot of sure luck. I think he was over here. House. Okay, I found Grandpa. Oh, I wasn't over there. It was right here. Okay. No. I tried. What are you gonna do now? Oh. Well, we keep trying. No. This one's actually pretty hard. There we go. Why does it not let me throw? What the sticking hang? Alright, everybody. I decided to go back to this boss battle again because the thing about it is I've cut most of the boss battle because the thing about it is it wasn't the way I wanted to, and what I ended up doing after the boss battle originally, I ended up watching YouTube videos, and as it turns out, people have actually beaten this boss and they say that it's rather easy. So what I ended up doing off camera was checking to see if I could hit the enemy, because the thing about it is I'll put the original footage of me doing the boss battle for the very first time. It'll be a separate video probably next year, because the thing about it is I'm trying to get videos done for 25 Days of Christmas full of games, but I'm going to put the original boss battle as an outtake along with my original review, because the thing about it is at the time I was so sticking upset with this boss battle that I didn't want to play the game anymore, and I actually gave it a low grade because of it. The thing about it is, though, I don't think this is still... I'll talk about that in my final review. I'll talk about that. First off, I gotta get to the boss. I think the problem was, I think the controls are a little awkward in this game. That's probably why I wasn't connecting with the boss. Trust me. I'll show you the original boss battle in a future video. Trust me. But I'm going to get to the boss battle now, because the thing about it is I had trouble originally. Let's see if I can actually beat the boss, shall we? Here we go. I think the problem was I was holding both buttons. See, I think I'm holding both buttons, and that's the problem. If you hold both buttons, you're screwed. See, now that I'm not holding both buttons, it's now working. See? I think that was the problem with me the first time. I was holding both buttons. If I hold both buttons, it doesn't work. And I'm doing pretty terrible. But if I'm pressing one at a time, see, if I press one at a time, it'll shoot. If I press them both at the same time, it will not. See? So that's the problem with the controls. That's not a problem with the... Because I originally said that the programmers were responsible because they were controlling the game, and you should actually be allowed to whenever you want to shoot. That's what I said in my original review. I just wanted to point that out. I'll show that in a future video, like I said. I just suck. I'm just sucking here, and I really am. There we go. Pointed the wrong way. See, that was my problem the first time I played the stinking boss battle. Controls suck. I'm going to say that. Controls suck. After trying to beat this boss, that's why I wasn't actually doing well. It's because the controls suck, and they still do. Because I'm still having a tough time with the stinking boss battle. Even though now that I know what the problem was, It's still ridiculously stupid. Yeah, the controls suck. See? There we go. Okay. See, I pressed both buttons again, and that was probably why I was having difficulty hitting the boss in the first place. I'll show that as an outtake, like I said, next year. There we go. Woo! But that tells you the controls suck. They do. They suck. After having a tough time with the boss the first time around, trust me, when you see the outtake, you'll know what I mean. I blame it on the programmers, but the thing about it is, I guess, it's because of the stick controls, because I was pressing both stick and buttons. I'll play for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to call it. So let's go. I still don't like the gameplay. What does this remind you of? Double Dragon? For the NES? What? Oh crap. What did I get? I was about to say, what did I hit? Oh. Oh, that's pathetic. Alright. That is it, I'm done. It's over. It is over, finally. Oh, the controls hurt the game big time. They really do. I was having a tough time platforming. Right there. I beat the boss, but the thing about it is, man. Alright, now you're going to know my final review, and it is final this time, because the thing about it is, my original review, I was kind of harsh, because I thought that the programmers were not allowing you to beat the boss whenever you want to, but that didn't turn out to be the case. I found out it was the controls. So, now you know. And of course you'll see the outtake in the near future, because I will have that probably next year. So I will see you for my final review. So what I think of Bart versus the World, well, where do I start? Well, I was going to say that I wasn't too happy with the boss battle originally, but once I figured out the problem, I went back. That was quite a bit later, because the thing about it is, I'm actually filming this in the nighttime. When I originally did my gameplay, it was in the daytime. That is right. I filmed the remainder of my gameplay and this in the nighttime. Because what I ended up doing after I was done with my original gameplay, I watched a few YouTube videos and noticed that people didn't have a hard time with the boss. I found out why I was having a tough time with the boss, and it was because of the sticking controls. It wasn't the programmer's fault when it comes to what I thought originally, but I will say the controls suck. Because I must have been hitting both B and A together at times. And that's the reason why I wasn't shooting. That's the reason why I couldn't shoot to the head. And that proves that the controls suck. And that's just because also the platforming was terrible. You saw it near the end of the gameplay that I did, that I couldn't stay on the platforms. So that tells you that the controls are bad in this game. And the controls are the biggest problem with this game overall. I really wish the controls would have been a lot better. And because of the controls, the gameplay suffers. Now, I will say that the controls aren't as bad as Bart vs. the Space Mutants, but they're still bad. And the gameplay sucked because of it. I also saw an enemy that popped up out of nowhere, and it wasn't originally there when I was first playing this game, which means this has terrible programming at times. It really does. That's another problem that I had with this game. I will say that the music and graphics are fine, but the controls and the gameplay suck. And the gameplay sucks because of the controls and certain programming issues as well. Now, the other positives, I don't mind the mini games, even though I think the practice mode was pointless. But besides those positives, this game is not well worth playing. It's definitely better than Bart vs. Space Mutants. This is probably the best game out of all of the Simpsons games on the NES, but that still isn't saying much. So I'm giving Bart vs. the World a red card. So that's been my review of Bart vs. the World, and I'd like to thank Zach Dierickx for requesting this game. I give you a big shout out, and definitely check him out. And of course, I know that he doesn't have a YouTube channel, so I'm putting his Facebook page down below. So that way, if you want to be friends with him and you are on Facebook, then you have the right to ask him or talk to him or whatever or not, or even become friends with him. So thank you very much, Zach, for requesting this game. This is so far the best game that is a Simpsons game on the NES, but that isn't saying much because the game is still bad. But it's not as bad as Bart vs. the Space Mutants. So that's all I really have to say. And I'd like to thank you all for watching. And I will catch you for Day 8, which will be a Walkthroughs and Challenges requested episode tomorrow. And the next gameplay and review will be after that. I think Day 9 is another gameplay and review episode. Let me check my schedule, and I am correct. But this time it won't be a requested game. It will be a game that I picked for gameplay and review. Yep. Day 9 will, of course, be another gameplay and review episode. Tomorrow, of course, will be a Walkthroughs and Challenges episode, and it's a requested one. And I will let you know what that game is tomorrow. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch you next time. Stay safe and stay awesome. That is right. Stay safe and stay awesome. And happy gaming.